What's up, guys, girls, ladies, gents? Wanted to talk a little bit about religion, not about my religion, but about religion as a general subject. First off, I was raised Catholic, and I was very devout and wanted to be a good boy, and I respected and loved my parents, wanted to just kind of follow along and do what I was told. That's how I was when I was a kid. As I got older, started to rebel, not in a bad way, but just to think for myself. And I put all my beliefs on the table for examination and thought, you know, if I live my life my way, I need to be able to back up and justify the things that I believe in. And so I evaluated all of my beliefs and said, well, if it boils down to the reason I believe it is because someone told me it's so dogma, or because it's in a book somewhere, that didn't cut the mustard with me. It wasn't going to suffice. I'd be able to justify it from a logical, rational standpoint. And so I left the Catholic Church in my late 20s. I always had, issues with the Old Testament stories, the Genesis and Noah's Ark, and that's not true. We'll get back to that later. But the New Testament, Jesus always rang true with me. His message was spot on, beautiful. Love your neighbor, forgive your enemy. Yeah, I think we all see the wisdom of that. So I thought, well, he must have been the Son of God, right? That was enough for me to maintain my faith in the church. Until I started really pondering the actual Jesus story I was supposed to believe, that he was born of a virgin, that, and he died, that he rose up from the dead, and then he just lifted off through the clouds up into the heavens. I thought, well, that's, I'm sorry, maybe that happened, I wasn't there, but I can't convince myself that that's what happened, knowing how much nonsense and lies there are in the world. Now I've come full circle, and I see all of the truth in the metaphors of the Old Testament. Jonah being swallowed by the whale. Well, guys, we evolved from fish. Noah's Ark is a metaphor for the journey of a sperm, the flood. You build a ship it has all the DNA of all the animals, and that's what a sperm has. And woman gives birth, the water breaks. We go back to the sea, born again, baptism. It's beautiful. There's truth there. So I have respect for all the religions. I bashed them all the last few years. Scientology, about all the nonsense, and the Mormon Church, and I didn't mean to be mean or nasty. That's not the way I want to come across. I want people to be free and to be happy, and I feel like these religions, they do good, but they also enslave people to a very narrow path in life about what's okay or not okay. To me, sex is awesome when it's between, respectful, consenting adults. Man, go have at it. It's great. It's, to me, the best thing in life when it's done right, with respect and caring. And but again, as we talk about the atheist, agnostic, it's not right to judge people. We look at the world and we see what we see. You cannot judge someone for seeing it differently than you. Think they're stupid or they're wrong or bad. And having that energy and that mindset as you come into a conversation, not going to get you anywhere. Think of the yin-yang symbol. Your mission is to find that midline, not judging either side. And life is lived in that middle line, the balance. What atheists, I've got a lot of atheists, agnostic atheists, in particular friends, that but they don't understand about religious people, be it Christian, Catholic, Jewish, or Muslim, is that God to a religious person is not an abstract concept. You call them stupid, it's child stuff. Well, God is someone who was there for them, who saved their mom or their child, that they prayed and they got that miracle, who was there for them in their darkest hour and they felt that presence. Asking them to let go of that that's a tall task. It's hard for even a religious person. I think for me, I never let go of the idea of God. God is love, right? We're here for a reason. It's to help each other. How complicated is that? But it's hard when I was a religious, devout person, to entertain the thought that maybe God wasn't real. It felt like a betrayal of my parents and of God, who I'd prayed to since I was a kid, who was there with me every step of the way. So I mean, both sides, cool it, okay? There is a God. It's you. It's all of us in this thing together, and it's beautiful. I wouldn't change it for anything. I mean, I respect your religion. You're my brother, sister. You're my friend. Even if you totally disagree with me, it's cool. I want you to be happy. I want you to be free to live your life. Man, dress your way, style your hair any which way. You want to have multiple wives, husbands? Cool. You guys are cool with it? I'm cool with it. Who cares what anyone else says? Live your life. But I wanted to get this out there. I know these are trying times, but you know, the revelations I've been coming to is the universe is not out to get you or hate you. The devil is inside. It's your primitive self, your fear, your greed, your anger. Master that. Boom. And then you're free. You transcend. I've got no judgment or hate of anyone. I judge everyone worthy of love and respect. I hope that you find it in you to do the same. Life is not supposed to be a competition. Well, you can be. It is for some. A lot of politicians see it that way. In sports, hell yeah, it's a competition. It's fun. It's a game. But in life, we're here to help each other. I want to help you, man. Write your book, do your blog, your website, your dream. I've got big dreams. Dream big, because that's where it starts, people. Have a dream, declare it, let your friends know. Let's help each other. Wish you well. Have a good day.